Hey, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Going Live. This is crazy. I never thought I'd actually be doing this. I mean, I've done a lot on Facebook, but this is a first time for me, guys. So join in, and whatever questions you got, you can throw it my way. I don't want to dominate the topics. If there's things that you want to talk about, things that you want to know about me, by all means, just type it in. And Julian, hey, how are you, man? Just go ahead and type it in the I guess right here, because this is hey. I'm new at all of this, so just bear with me. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. And if you can hear me okay, just type in the box and just let me know that I'm doing okay. So I guess to start off with, this is great. This is cool. I'm just chilling out at home right now, and as you can see, just kind of in the bedroom, just trying to find a place to film because my family tends to kind of dominate the rest of the house. Oh, hey Kevin, how are you, man? Eric, good to see you. Yeah, this is great. This is good. I'm glad that you guys have joined in, and this cool. Thank you, guys. Like, oh my gosh, I thought I was going to be the only one here. I didn't give anyone any notice because I literally just wanted to try this out, and I didn't want to like fall on my face too badly. I know there's a number of other runners out there that do these live streams, and they seem to do quite well at it. I guess they've had a lot of practice. I'm just starting off. This is my first one, and we'll, kind of do our thing, right? Hey, Ryan, how are you, man? I I'd never thought that you would be seeing the bedroom, like out of all places. I was going to do it outside, but the neighbor, he's doing renovations outside, so he's being loud. The front of the house, there's too much road noise. Basements, not great coverage with the I don't know, with the Wi-Fi. So yeah. So anyways, 9 people. Okay, you guys have already blown me away. I never thought I would see 9 people actually on here and just doing this. This is cool. All right. So guys, fill me in. Like, how's your training going? Are you finding it hard in the summer, or are you finding it not too bad because you're getting out early in the morning? I know for me, I'm a night owl, so I'm up late. I'm doing a lot of like editing of the videos, and it does take a little bit of time to do. So yeah, it takes a little bit. So I'm not getting to bed early in the evenings, so I tend to wake up a little bit later, and then I do like a late, probably like an 8:30, 9 o'clock run, and that's typically when I get them in. So, but by then it's like hot and it sucks. I That's one thing I don't enjoy is the heat, right? Um, live. Okay, so some of the questions, having really good results with fitness finally shifting. Yeah, Julian, absolutely. I'm finding that as well. And the thing is the more that you're consistent in training, you will see results. It's just this summer. It's like anytime that we have heat, it literally puts a blanket over top of our fitness, and we're like stifled at like, really? I thought I'd be better than where I am. However, at the end of the day, we are really progressing. We just don't see it, and we won't see it until it cools down, or you go out for an early run where it's cooler, or the fall comes and things really cool down, and we will see our fitness. We will be better than what we're seeing right now, right? So okay, so we got some other wow, Norway. Oh my goodness, we've got people coming from. Okay, so wow, all right, this is cool. We got Vancouver. We've got another vegan runner here, and we've got Ryan. Ryan he's vegan, and he's from Guelph. We've got 75 miles today with MAF. Wow, no way. Good for you. That's amazing. Super hot and humid in Atlanta. Yeah, I bet you, man. I remember I was in Atlanta probably 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. And it was in the wintertime. Well, I would say early spring. And it was warm. It was pleasant. It was nice. And then I come back home, and it's like snow everywhere, and it's cold. So yeah, the further south you go, it's awesome. And now, okay, so Norway, I mean, it must be warm, or it must be, I don't know, like I'm not too sure, like the latitude and longitude of like Norway, and where, like how warm your summer would be. I have Finnish in my family, so, or not my family, but my wife's family. So, anyways, it'd be kind of interesting to know what, kind of temperatures we're dealing with up there. Okay, hold on a second. Love the heat, Ryan. Okay, so Ryan loves the heat. Okay, this is crazy. Love the heat, also the cold, but not a huge fan of transitioning between the two. Yeah, the transitioning. My big thing is I don't know what to wear. Right, so you're coming off winter and you're going into summer, and it's like, okay, so am I wearing leggings or am I wearing shorts? You just don't know what to wear, and I don't know. That's me. And then going into winter, it starts to cool off really fast, and then next thing you know, you're like wearing like, layers and layers and layers of clothing. It's like, the transition sucks. So yeah, I hear you, Ryan. Okay. What else do we got here? Thanks for the inspiration. Yeah, absolutely. You know what, guys? This is a channel that I wanted to inspire people. I wanted you guys to hold me accountable to my running, right? That's kind of why I started the channel. I wanted an outlet where I could kind of give back to everybody else who's kind of always given to me. So I wanted to give back. And at the same time of giving back, I also thought, hey, you know what? I don't want to let all these guys down who are subscribing, who is commenting, and I don't want to let anyone down. So by all you guys commenting and keeping me honest, I get out for my runs, and some days when I want to go faster, I kind of slow it down. I'm like, I got to remember, got to go at my nice slow heart rate, but I see the results, which is really cool. All right, Kevin wrote, was it midday run this morning was hot. Heart rate was a little higher than usual. Average was my math, which is cool. But I prefer the average to be a little lower. Otherwise, training has been great. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, I'd always like mine to be a little bit lower as well, because I find that, when I'm running, especially in the last half of my run, like if I'm going out for a 20K, I always find like that last half, it starts creeping higher and higher and higher and higher. So I try to keep it down a little bit. However, if you're running kind of at your math number, you will see quicker results than if you were like going 10 beats below math. It's just something that I've recognized, and I know. So anyways, it's that's just something that I've noticed. All right, hold on a second. Wow, we got a lot of people commenting now. All right, hold on a second. Will you continue math, or do you think you'll plateau? Okay, Eric. Yeah, I think I will continue to do math. Absolutely, that's not going to go away. I'm always going to be doing it. Right now, I'm just transitioning into like an 80-20, and I wanted to see what 1 month of 2 speed sessions a week would do. So it's like 80-20 now. So 80% is just going to be math, like nice, easy, slow, relaxing runs, and some good distances too, right? And the last half will be, obviously I'll be quicker, being on the track, like I just posted the newest video out. You guys probably haven't even had a chance to watch it yet. This is all kind of fast. I tried to get it out early this morning, but I had so many technical problems. It was crazy. I lost a lot of stuff and I had to redo it. Anyways, it's up now, which is awesome. But yeah, so I will continue to train at math. Just for this 1 month, it will be a faster session on the track, which will be kind of cool. So yeah, I think I will plateau at some point, and I think everybody in their training will plateau. It's just going to be different from one person to another. And when you do start to plateau, as long as you don't regress, you can think about, putting in some speed sessions in. And that's just, again, I'm doing like an experiment of one to see what works for me. And then I'm documenting it and sharing it out for all of you guys. So yeah, I will continue. And yeah, absolutely, I will plateau, obviously. Hills and direct sun exposure in the summer really spikes the heart rate. Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you on that. Trying to do hill repeats when it's just blazing hot outside, it can really be tough. Okay, podcast. So yeah, for all of you who know or may not know, I do have a podcast called Trail Tales, and I record it with a buddy of mine, Sean. He's on there, and so we do our best to balance, the episodes and things like that. So it's called Trail Tales. You can find it on Stitcher, Apple Podcast, Anchor, everywhere where you get podcasts. You can kind of tune in, and yeah. So, anyways, it's good. We try to put on some longer shows and some shows that aren't so long. I guess a combination, right? What else we got here? Even the heat, my fitness is doing really good, and I can now run low 9-minute mile. Yeah, you know what? Here's the thing, right? You continue to train at math, and you will get faster. Your pace will increase, and your heart rate will stay the same. And when the temperature shifts, you will even be faster again. So you'll start to see those results as we go into the latter part of the year, depending on where you are, right? All right, what do we got? Hello from Tanzania in East Africa. So cool, Naseri. Wow, you know what, man? People are tuning in from all over the place. This is really cool. Okay, Ryan, what are we doing here? If I'm doing, let's say, an easy month for now, 120K FKT over 12 to 14 hours, it's probably going to be cold at the start and finish and smoking hot for most of the. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you on that. So, Ryan, what FKT are you planning on doing next? That's so cool. Flaming Sword. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, man, for the shout out on the congrats for me on my workout. It was a tough session, man. It was hard getting out to do those 800s, but I don't want to ruin it for everybody else, because I don't want them to be spoiled. So just tune. You can watch the video that I posted. Thanks for your video on math. I was starting to get into my own rhythm, and then I fell at home and injured my shoulder last month, and I'm about to kick off again and start running. Lewis, absolutely, man. I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're not injured for too long. And if you're getting out running soon, that is a good indication that things are on the mend. So yeah, take it easy, man. Like, don't push it. Whatever you do, don't push it. Just take it easy, and just don't go into the run thinking, this is what I was able to do, and this is where I am at now. Just relax, start, and the fitness will come back. Muscle memory, man. Muscle memory. Don't forget. All right. So what are we doing here? Can you talk about how to do a tempo run? Does it just mean, etc., that your MAF is 148 and then you run a tempo maintaining, say, at heart rate 5 beats above MAF or 10 beats above MAF? MAF does tempo mean something else? Basically, a tempo run is you're dealing with, here's the thing. If you take 220, this is to find your maximum heart rate without, going to a lab, right? So if you take 220 minus your age, and if you multiply that by 0.88589, you'll get your tempo run heartbeat pace basically in there. And so for me, when I did mine, I basically looked at what I was able to do on a 10K. I was able to do what I'm able to do on MAF. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to throw on 20 beats, and that's where I'm going to be. And to be quite honest, I'm pretty much right where I needed to be if I did all of the other math on my heart rate, because I find that I can run at a higher heart rate than just what the numbers tell me, right? Because again, those are just all numbers. Even your math, right? Even running math, it's an average, right? It's not like the gospel, right? It works for most people. However, you may be an outlier. It may not work so well as you get older. Like if you're 65 and above, you may have to add 10 beats on, right, to your math. So again, the numbers are just the numbers. Ideally, you want to get tested to know exactly what your maximum heart rate is and where your aerobic pace, your maximum aerobic pace should be as well, right? So those are some things that you would want to do when kind of COVID-19 is over and done, and it's safe to get out and do those types of tests in a lab. Now, for me, I just took 20 beats, and that's what I did, added it on. But again, if you wanted to do the 220 minus your age and then multiply it by 0.85, like 85% or 89%, you can get your tempo number in there. And that's how I've gone ahead and done that. If somebody else wants to comment on that, who knows way more than I do, because look, I'm not an elite. I'm just a dude who's trying to get back into running, and it seems to be working quite well. So anyways, that's where I am with that. Okay, hold on. Wow, okay, there's a lot coming in here. Math I found, the best math I found is the extremist one. Yeah, you know what, Matt, that is a great podcast. Floris Gearman even does a videos as well. So very, very good. He's been doing it a lot longer than I have, and he's interviewed Phil Maffetone as well, which is really awesome. So yeah, the Extra Milist is a great podcast to listen to, or you can tune into his YouTube channel as well. All right. Hey, Lawrence here from Lakeland, Florida. Wow, man, it must be hot down there. All right, Larry, do you ever do down weeks, like every third or fourth week, and then cut back to absorb the training? Yeah, I have. I've actually cut back my training quite a bit from when I hit my 100-mile, and now I'm kind of figuring things out now, only because I haven't had a race to train for. I'm literally, basically what I'm doing is I'm trying to continue to put in the mileage, not as much mileage as I peaked at, because now I've kind of incorporated some faster running. So because the speed works there, I've kind of dialed down the mileage that I'm doing, and I'm probably going to be at about 100 to maybe about 120. That's kind of what I'm working my way back up to, because I'm taking a rest day as well on Mondays. So yes, I do dial it back for sure. All right, so what do we got here? Hey, Brandon, how are you, man? Brandon, you're out from the East Coast in Canada there, which is it New Brunswick that you're from, or Halifax? I think it's Halifax. All right, what do we got here? Francis, I've been watching your videos about math since you made everything so simple. Can you explain briefly what is a math test and what math training boils down to? Okay, so Francis, basically, I'm going to keep it really simple. Math is running at your aerobic pace, right? Like, it's building up your aerobic engine is what you're doing. And so by running at your maximum aerobic threshold, basically, that's where you maximize burning fat as a fuel source and building up the aerobic engine, okay? And by doing so, you don't get injured, right? Unless you fall off a curb or something, like you fall down or something. Like, it's much slower running, conversational pace, easy peasy, okay? That's what math is supposed to be, all right? And the other part of your question, so a math test is the following. You do a warm-up, okay? Ideally, you want to do this in the same weather environment wherever possible. And when you go ahead and do your math test, you want it to be in that environment, whether it's inside, whether it's outside, whatever it is. But sometimes it's hard when the months start to transition into hotter or cooler months. So that's something to think about. But ideally, if the weather was the same everywhere, you would go out and do like a 15-minute warm-up, nice, slow, walking, whatever it is that you have to do, just to kind of warm up those muscles, right? And then you would go out and you would do you could do a 3-mile or a 6-mile test, or you could do a 2-hour test, right? And you go to a track or somewhere where it's flat, right? No hills or anything. And you literally run around in circles, and you run around at your math pace, okay? Not below, not above, but try to keep it right at your number. So mine is 138. So when I go on the track and I run around in circles, I'm literally keeping my heart rate at 138, and I'm trying to keep it there the whole entire time. And what happens is if you've warmed up adequately enough, over time, when you start going 1 mile, 2 miles, 3 miles, 4 miles, 5 miles, 6 miles, what should happen is you should start off at whatever pace you're running, at whatever heart rate you're running at, and it should decrease each one. You should get slower and slower and slower and slower. Okay. Now, the more that you've run, the more fitness that you've built up, you will be able to go longer before it starts to drop off. Okay. Cardiac drift is normal. Everyone's going to have it. It's just a part of who we are. So I like doing 2-hour tests because I can totally see where I fall off. Like when I fall off that cliff, I fall off, and that's just you see it happen. Now, I didn't do one in July because it's been so flippin' hot. So hopefully I will be able to do maybe one in August. But my last one was in June, and I did a video on it. So you can kind of take a look at that. I don't know if it's helpful or not, but anyways, that would be what you can do. And it's simple and it's not complicated. And when you look back on Strava, or you look back on your watch, I'm not wearing mine, but you look at the tan line, guys. See that? You guys probably all have tan lines, but welcome to my virtual watch. Yeah. So anyways, hopefully that, Francis, that answers your question as to what's going on with, MAF. So that's your MAF test. And you do that every single month. Try to keep the environment the same. If it's hotter, you're going to be slower. If it's cooler, you may be faster. If it's windy, you may be slower. If the wind is at your back, you're going to be faster. So it's hard in environments of weather. So you kind of have to do your best to navigate that. I like doing them early mornings because it's cooler. All right. So that's something that you can do. Hey, nice to meet you as well. I got people all over. Okay. So Ryan, once been studying the Avon Trail. Oh, okay. Still have to figure out the logistics, but can't stop thinking about it. Okay, so for all of you who don't know, Ryan Flint, who's on right now, you can see him right there. He's a buddy of mine in Guelph. He doesn't live too far away. And Ryan and I, this man ran the FKT, this fastest known time, on the Kissing Bridge Trail in May. Nailed it. He's got the record and super proud of him. Now maybe he's thinking about another one, and he's thinking about the Avon Trail, and it's here in Ontario. But the Avon Trail, Ryan, it's not maintained, man. It's like bush. It's going to be hard. Like, when would you want to do that? Would you want to do it in the fall when maybe there's less bugs and maybe less foliage? Or do you want to do it in the springtime, but then you got to deal with a lot of water, right? So I don't know. That could be I don't know. It could be hard, man. Could be hard. So channel topics, like what are things that I talk about here on the channel? Adventure, well, my definition of adventure, but I like trail running, road running, maffetone training, which is heart rate training, nutrition. I am vegan, so I talk about that as well. A lot of people like to know about recovery. A lot of people also like to know about, just different adventures, different trails, different things. I'll share some of my training plans with you guys as well. And just anything to do with running is what I like to talk about on the channel. So those are some of the things that I talk about. Oh, you're welcome, Francis. Anytime. My pleasure, man. Have a pacer with a machete. Oh yeah, yeah. You know what? If you have a machete, like I think it's a machete or whatever, the thing that kind of you can cut your way through the bush, that would work out really well. So yeah. So anyways, so I guess let me just talk about a couple of things. I don't want to take up everyone's Sunday. You probably got way more important things to be doing than just listening to me. But so my plan this month is just to kind of work on just speed, right? Getting the leg turnover, fixing my form. I've had a little bit of tight hamstring, so I've been kind of working through a little bit of tightness there, a lot of foam rolling. So anyways, heading out the door and doing a lot of speed work this month. Next month will be slower. There'll probably be a lot more trails that I will film as well. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of that. There's also going to be things on, like, food that I eat, recovery. Videos are going to be about that. There's going to be one about my watch that I use. Anyways, there's going to be a lot of different things that are going to be coming down the pipe. So yeah, for sure. What are your thoughts on the Turin 4.5 versus the 4? I was going to get the 4.5s. However, they have a knitted upper, and I don't like the knitted upper. I have a pair of Paradigm, and I just don't like the material. It's just a personal preference. And I'm sure it's really nice, but I'm just not into that. So I got the 4s, and you know what? The 4s work amazing, and I'm happy to run in them. And I bought 2 pair, so it's going to last me a while. So probably won't, dial into any others, but it is what I got, right? But anyways, what do we got here? Oh yeah, about the bush. Yeah, I'm pretty much the second half of it now, in about 10K segments over the last couple of months. There have been one farmer's field, 2 kilometer sections that was absolutely brutal. Yeah, Ryan, absolutely, man. It's not fun, man. I talked to Eric Darcy about that, and he had paced Chantel when she did her FKT, and she said it was just brutal in there. It wasn't really nice. Another 2 kilometer miles in them. Maybe you'll get the Turin 6 or 7 by then. Yeah, you know what? I may get the Turin 6 or 7 by the time that comes, right? So who knows? Who knows what we'll be up to? Who knows? Maybe I'll even run in Nikes. I don't know. Don't know where it's all going to take me, but I just know what I have right now works extremely well. And I've even thought about getting the Escalade for speed sessions, but they didn't have any when I went in. And I'm like, you know what? Just give me 2 pair of the Turins, and I'll take those. And I'm all good. No worries about that. No way, Ryan. So Ryan got a pair. No way. Ryan, that's super cool, man. It's because I know that you're an ultra ambassador, which is super cool as well. And I know we've been running endurance for a long time, but you like the Kings. I know that. But the Torrens are great, man. The Torrens are awesome. They're versatile. You don't want to wear them too much on the trail, but they work great for crushed gravel, road sections, pavement, running in the park, all that kind of stuff, right? I guess one thing I wanted to talk about, happy Yorkshire man. Hey, you know what? It's good to see you on, man. So have you ever tried the Adidas running shoes? I use the Autos. Yeah, no, you know what? I haven't used anything Adidas at all, just because I got wide toes. Like, it's just, I bust out anything that's not wide enough. So I've been reluctant to try anything else. But maybe I should. Maybe I should try them out and see where I go from there. But the less time I spend in running stores around people, the better, just with everything going on in the world. So I haven't actually gone in. I went into running free just because I had them ordered, and everyone was wearing masks and stuff. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to get in and out kind of quick. So I'm just trying to think, was there anything else I wanted to talk about? I don't know, guys. I think, I've got the wide toe box too. And for road shoes, I'm wearing the ASICS Glide Ride Lone Peak 4.5 for trail. I thought about getting the Lone Peak 4.5. They're sweet. They're nice. But again, they didn't have my size, and I'm 11 and a half in the Torrens, but any other shoe that I tried on there, I was a 12. And it was weird because it's the exact same company, just different shoe. So anyways, I couldn't even fit in. I couldn't even fit into them. They were too big, and it just didn't work. And so I didn't get them. So kind of sucked. I'd like to for sure. Yeah, Kachobi won them. Yeah, Kachobi, that guy's amazing, man. Oh my gosh. If I could only run that fast, like, that guy's a machine. Absolute machine. All those elites, man, all of them, they're just so super fast. So super fast. But okay, do I do any strength training? Yes, I do push-ups, I do planks, I'll probably do a video on the ones that I go ahead and do. I don't have a gym at my house. I do everything it's all weight bearing, just me. Um, so that's kind of what I do. And then typically hills, that'll be my strength work for quads and stuff because I just like running up hills. I don't know. Ryan, okay, you guys should ask Ryan, but Ryan, he loves running up hills. And he's a beast at hills. He's fast. Okay. Ryan Flint is a fast guy. um, there's your shout out, Ryan. There's your shout out. Okay, guys, listen, it's been half an hour. I just want to thank you for tuning in. Yeah, core strength. You know what? I'll actually put together a core strength one just with all the ones that I do. I can put it out there. I know Ryan, he does a lot of core strength. That guy, he's strong. He's a strong runner. So maybe I'll have Ryan on the show as well. Maybe he can show us what he does. Okay, warm-ups for your harder stuff. Yeah, for my harder stuff, some of the activation I do, it's yes, I do a little bit of dynamic stretching. Again, in my video, there's a little bit out there. Like I said, my hamstring is typically normally very, very tight. So I was doing a couple of butt kicks, and in the video, you can see that my left foot isn't coming back up to hit my butt. It's having a hard time coming up. So I've been really working with the foam rolling. I've been kind of doing the runner stretch, stretching out the piriformis, and I've been using a ball, like a really, really hard ball, and I just like literally sit on it and scream because it hurts. But it's been working really, really well. So I've been doing that. I do a lot of standing on one leg as well, which really helps. Just stand on one leg. Just while I'm eating or if I'm working on the computer, I'll do that as well. This is probably the most I've sat all day. So what else we got? Well done. Great videos. Hey, thanks guys for supporting me, and thanks for just tuning in, and thanks for everything that you guys commenting and everything else, because it really, really does help the channel. Every time that you like, every time that you comment, every time that you share, it really, really does help. And I really appreciate that. So anyways, guys, listen, that's it. I'm going to run for now. I know that my wife is downstairs waiting for a few things. Yeah, absolutely. So I will try to do some more live streams. I'll try to give you guys a little bit more notice, but this one here, I just want to try it really quick just to see what it was all about. And now that I know, that people will tune in, I'll probably do it on Sundays at 2:00 for the time being. And we'll go from there. So thanks, everyone. Hopefully you are having a super amazing day. And like I always say, get out and run. Later, everyone. Bye for now.